All right. Let's see. We're going to start off with standard. And I have put a little bit of time into this game, but I did want to start a new file for the stream since this is a new series. So I hope that everyone, when you're watching this, regardless of whether it's live or otherwise, that you enjoy your time, and please keep everything in the chat just civil so that we can all enjoy hanging out together and enjoying the game. And if anyone has any questions about the game or anything like that, I can do my best to answer, or I can try and direct you to sources that might answer your questions better. So, this is Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate Daemonhunters, a turn-based squad turn-based squad strategy game that is kind of built up in the same way as XCOM, and with some slight changes from the XCOM whatchamacallit, mechanics. And we'll see how things go. Like I said, I already put a little bit of time into this, but I still look forward to seeing what increasing difficulty from my other files will do, and we'll see how things go. Let the games begin. Fair warning to anyone who has any photosensitivity.
It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. Mankind wages a never-ending battle for survival against the demonic power of the Chaos Gods. But by one force is humanity shielded from true darkness. The Grey Knights. This secret chapter of Space Marines are the Imperium's surest defense against that which the Emperor foresaw would be its greatest threat. Humanity's blade against the demon. For in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
Shrine World Geharis.
Unidentified Astartes vessel. This is Captain Pirani Everick of the warship Holiness of Ra. Geharis is lost. Repeat, Geharis is lost. All Imperial vessels are to withdraw at once. Astartes vessel, do you read me? Geharis is doomed. Please acknowledge this warning and...
You have done all you can, Captain. Go, in the Emperor's light.
You cannot sail into this storm.
We do what we must. Farewell, Captain. Tech Priest, report.
Hexagramic wards are under maximal pressure.
Commander, we cannot maintain this orbit for long.
Dispatch the assault team at once. I will join them and put an end to this myself.
Your will be done. assault team is engaged, Commander. They clear a path for your arrival.
Here I stand, one unbreakable shield against the darkness. Tonight the Cadium falls, Hector. Our quest is finally near its end.
So before I continue, I will just say, forgot to introduce myself. My name is Next Testimony, and welcome to my channel. I didn't want to interrupt the cutscene for those of you who haven't seen it yet, so I'll do my best to make sure that I don't in regards to any future cutscenes as well.
Palamedes, report.
We have cleared a path through this chaff. Our target lies ahead.
Time is against us, brothers. We breach the cathedral. Ha! Deluded zealots.
Your Imperium shall burn!
Cowards and weaklings. Advancing into cover.
Punish that craven fool.
So those of you who are well knowledgeable about XCOM, I've only played the first game and not very far into it. But those of you who have played it and are knowledgeable about the to-hit system in XCOM, the way that things have changed a little bit for, at least in regards to this game, they, instead of doing a percentage to hit, they deal flat damage based off of distance and any kind of cover that's in the way. So as you can see, half cover removes 1 damage point from the Storm Bolter, and full cover will prevent all damage. So the percentage that they'll get a crit is the part that they kept as a probability rather than the direct damage. Which, personally, having played this game a little bit and also having played XCOM, I personally prefer this because it ensures that no matter what, you do get damage onto the enemy, which, as anyone who's played the XCOM series can tell you, you can really miss in some really important moments. So, alright. Let us continue.
Face the Emperor's judgment. I will end that heretic.
I love those cutscene, well, not cutscenes, but those cutscene-like animations. They're just really they really kind of set the scene for how the combat goes. Can't really think of any other way to describe it. So,
Uther, dispense of that heretic with your blade.
yes, sir. Right, sir.
Grant them no quarter.
Yes, Commander. I am the Emperor's Fury.
You
Route
grant
of
him a
cover,
quarter.
Uther. Trust in the
He's
ages.
not dead yet.
Gods be with me!
Now it's the enemy turn.
The horror!
And we'll see how things go. Oof. He took a hit.
Just wait. Just wait.
Yeesh.
Come at me now.
If only this wasn't the tutorial.
Time stands against us. I will breach the cathedral.
Alright. Breaching the cathedral. 3, 2, 1. Kick that door down.
Demons, I will not be delayed by these weak.
Oh, demons. I forgot about that part. Let's see, put it there, and then collapse the pillar on that. That is something I didn't get far enough in XCOM to see if they had like collapsible pillars or interactable things that could damage enemies or yourself. So, but that's something that I do really enjoy about this game so far. In the small amount of time that I've played it, I think I've got like 11 hours so far, but we'll see how that goes in regards to whether or not you guys have any interest in watching a series on this, or we can just move on to a different Warhammer game. Or, you know, if anyone has any suggestions for games, I can certainly look into them. Ouch. That just looks like it hurt.
Iolanthus, your brother is pinned. Advance and deliver retribution.
Retribution? Okay.
By your command.
Deploy your frag grenade, brother.
So now we're using the heavy artillery. Okay. But can I... What? Sir. Sir, if I put it here, I can hit all three of them. Oh. It's the tutorial. So.
We are hammer.
Wrath.
Deliver the Emperor's judgment, Uther. Advance and train your bolter on that doorway. Unleash your blessed ammunition the moment they are exposed. Palamedes, prepare for the demon's charge.
At once, Commander.
That's not good.
Watch,
No.
I sense dark powers from within.
Tutorials. Oh well.
These soulless curs shall hinder us no longer.
That is some reach you got on that attack.
End that demon, Palamedes.
Engaging now. Curses!
Can we hit him again? Hit him again?
I will end.
Darn.
We cannot lose another battle, brother Iolanthus. Both demons must be destroyed.
Return to the jaws of your master.
Oh, he's stunned. Sweet. Dead. Not big surprise.
Die, Wolfsborn.
Excellent. I will move on ahead. There is not much time, brothers, but we must prepare for the coming battle. I can sense enemy reinforcements. Palamedes, resuscitate Uther, so you may both defend against them. Take up defensive
Are you
positions.
healing anyone?
The enemy reinforcements will be here soon. Your resolve is commendable, Uther. Join Palamedes in defense of the cathedral. Iolanthus, with me. There's a breach in the wall ahead.
But sir, if... Okay. I'll just play the tutorial.
I will breach the inner sanctum. Cool.
Futile! Millions of souls feed the flame. The threshold is passed. The warp emerges.
Your cult is broken. Your ritual is ended. Relish this breath, for it is your last.
Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull thrower.
to my side, Iolanthus. I will show you true wrath, demon.
Uther, we must protect the cathedral.
But I want to heal them. That's one.
Only in death does
Darn.
duty end.
No. They got they got Jimmy.
Our brothers have bought us precious time, Iolanthus. Flank that demon and fire at will.
Can I do it without being fire? I can. Two damage. 2 damage is still 2 damage.
You profane this sacred place with your master's fire. This ends now, demon.
Now, the first time I played this, I really wanted to just go around and then avoid the fire altogether. Because it's a tutorial. I'm not allowed to.
For the Emperor.
For the Emperor.
Pathetic mortal. Weakling spawn of a false god.
I am the light that burnishes darkness.
Your prayers mean nothing.
I am the hammer!
You have beaten me for now, little knight. But the war I fight is eternal!
Analysis. Work signatures fading.
Then the blood ritual has ended. Where is that report? Report! Where is the commander?
He died a champion's death. Blade on blade against the foulest blasphemy.
long campaign over at last.
A victory at the cost of the commander's life.
Alive, he was ever a faithful servant to the Emperor. A true hero. In death, at least his duty has finally ended.
Assertion. This ship remains in crisis. The Baleful Edict is seriously damaged. There are grievous matters to attend.
Ah, yes. That is why I have invited our guest.
You have appointed him to take the commander's place?
No one else suitable survived the campaign.
Falsehood. You also live.
My apologies, Acting Commander. The priests of Mars do not understand our knightly oaths. Our men and stores are severely diminished. Your task is to lead us for the voyage home. It is a simple duty, and once we return to Titan, I will put the future of your command to the chapter's Grand Masters. In the meantime, I will provide what advice I can.
I will also support you with counsel and service. But remember, the Baleful Edict is my chief concern. Be careful with this ship.
We sail for Titan on your word, Commander. Strike Force Xiphos at your disposal. Commander, could you please join me in the Strategium? One of our battle brothers has proved himself worthy. Let us honor his deeds. Brother Ulrich is a talented Justicar. Please decide where he should focus his training to support you in the field. With every promotion, your knights gain 2 ability points, which you can use to expand their capabilities.
Alright, I think what I'm going to do, unless anyone has any suggestions, I'm going to probably go for the Terminator armor. That way, Atlantis can survive a little bit more with the passive armor that he gets from that. Then also probably give him a passive health increase. Again, for survivability, so.
Confirming this promotion will apply your ability choices to Ulrich, permanently increasing his rank. Excellent. When you are finished, please join me at the Star Map. Our ship is in dire need of repair. We had best set a course for Titan and debrief the Grand Masters.
Okay.
Issue the travel order to begin our return to Titan.
In the name of the God Emperor.
Dominus, who is this interloper?
Code scrapings indicate an inquisitorial transmission.
Position.
Baleful edict. Prepare for my arrival.
Duty calls, Commander. We should open a Vox link.
Inquisitorial vessel. Permission granted to come aboard.
This is gonna be fun.
Thank the God Emperor I found you. I must commandeer this vessel at once.
Impossible. We are bound for Titan. The edict cries out for repair.
The tech priest speaks the truth, Inquisitor. Our last crusade bled us dry.
I'm not blind, Knight. But heresy does not operate at our convenience. My destination is Koromar Prime, within this very system. Not such a taxing journey, I'd expect.
And what is it that you hope to find there?
This.
Beneath rotting skies, the air thickens with a world's final breath. Seeds planted in flesh and bone, watered with blood and tears. A warrior alone in the garden of a grinning god.
These are scraps of astropathic whimsy.
There's more.
It grows. It spreads. A great dispersal upon the etheric wind. The bloom proliferating. First, then Koromar, then world after world. Its roots spread from an ancient veil. Inquisitor, hear me! Hear me! Hear me! Who tends the garden?
The Astropath sacrificed himself to send that message.
Now you understand why we must investigate.
Commander, we cannot risk further damage to this vessel.
It is the chapter ship, Dominus. The Inquisitor has every right to request our support.
It is not a request.
Commander, with your leave, we will set our course for this Koromar Prime.
Yes. Good. That will do for now.
Oh, I can tell she's gonna be a lot of fun to deal with.
Corruption site detected.
If we do not investigate this threat, the consequences will be dire.
Okay, light infestation. Potential afflictions. And 2 minions of chaos. Wonder if they'll show up at some point. Foreshadowing.
Commander, it is our duty to support this Inquisitor. But we should complete this task as swiftly as we can. The Grand Masters on Titan are waiting for our report.
Believe me, Ektar. I agree with you 100%.
report. Signals from quarantine beacons detected in the upper atmosphere, but the surface itself is silent.
Plague, Commander. Send your squad to the surface.
Knights of Titan, you are the instrument of the Emperor's will. Make planetfall and discover if the Inquisitor's fears are founded. You should evaluate your knight's armaments and ensure they are best suited to the battle at hand. The Nemesis Force Halberd can inflict a preemptive first strike on an adjacent enemy. I suggest you equip this weapon.
Okay.
Choose which halberd you would like to equip. Your options will be limited until we return to Titan.
So we have the standard halberd, which has the base, that's it, the base stats for it and characteristics. But this other one that you unlock when you purchase the game, and this is just for even the standard edition, it's not anything bonus, gives you an additional crit, and we'll see later on in the game that we'll be able to get access to more powerful weapons like this, but for now I'm going to choose that one. And I am going to put him in Terminator armor, because I want him to survive. If anyone is not gathered by now, I'm very interested in the Terminator armor. It's really cool in comparison to the normal power armor, even though the normal power armor is pretty awesome as well. Let's see. This one has additional crit on hit as well, so I'll replace that. And then we have some customization options that you can do, and I've gotten to play around with these a little bit since starting to play the game, but I haven't done too much, so I think for now we're just going to leave his helmet on, but let's change his voice.
Standing ready.
I don't like that one. Let's see what the other ones are.
Ilanthus, unleash me. Ilanthus, I am here to serve. Yes, Commander. The Emperor lights our path. Ilanthus, unleash me. I am here to serve. Yes, Commander.
I think we'll go with number 10. Alright. Then I do want to look at the other knights as well, just to make sure, even though they can't have any upgrades yet because they're not leveled, I still want to look at their loadouts. Because we can change around the weaponry still. I can give him a stone filter. Let's do that. His melee option. Oh, is that wood? Thought he was locked to two-handed. You know what? We're going to give him a flamethrower. Question is, which one? The target loses all mutations. Or it does additional damage against demonic targets. We'll just take that one and see if we come across any demons. Slight foreshadowing with the name of the game, by the way. Better. No, we don't have any that power on. This guy is the interceptor. Yes, that's one. I remember this one from the other save files. We are going to keep the Force Sword, but we're going to give him a better Force Sword that has crit. And we're going to see. I'll just let him have the normal Storm Bolter for now. I'll give him one that's better later on. And we want him to have aid. Actually, wait, I want to check. You have a grenade, you have a grenade, you have a grenade. Yeah, a grenade. Sorry, grenade. And then you also have a grenade. That's interesting. I think I'm actually going to swap that out for our Servo Skull, because we need that extra healing. Especially because we're just starting out and these guys aren't exactly, you know, leveled up yet where they have a decent amount of hit points and armor and stuff. That said, they're still Grey Knights. Okay. Arna. Storm. I like that name for Atlantis, but I kind of want to switch around the names for these three. Let's go with our apothecary first.
Ignatius, Inrio, Iolanthus, Isar, Kar, Crane, Colmar, Kern, Melkus, Marcius, Mir, Ned.
Okay, I'm going with that one for our apothecary. His name is Ned now. His name is Ned. You did it to yourself, buddy. Just saying. Right, let's see. And we'll see the very head that I like. Yeah, why not? And we'll make him we'll just leave the cybernetic guy and nothing else. That way we can see his awesome beard. got everything else for the other guys. So we're going in.
Commander, have your men look for signs of this plague.
Be vigilant, brothers.
Don't worry, sir. Vigilance is my middle name. Well, kind of.
Affirmative. Full spec sensors detecting nearby foes.
Ooh. Let's bring you up here so you get full cover. Apothecary, you go next to him. Now for the interceptor. First, we can get him. Don't want to leave him out of cover. I'll put him back here.
On the way.
Those guys there. I can get that far, but it will mean that I won't be able to do anything. Or at least he won't be able to do anything. Probably better just to inch my way up. It's a little bit slower, but safer.
Moving now.
Powers protect us.
Gods, watch over me.
Foe spotted.
Stubber. Interesting. Bonus to trigger a critical hit. Resistances. Okay. Let's go here. Do want to make sure that he stays in cover though, so he doesn't get shot up. Yeah, we'll move there and then see if we can't get a shot on that guy next to him. Oh yeah. That'll be fine. A warp power, or I forget what they're called. Oh, okay, it's psychic power. So we'll use those.
Are the hammer.
Justice!
Let's see. I want to make sure that he's got 1 point of AP left. So I think what I'm going to do is shoot that thing. Can I lob a grenade from here? I can, technically, but it only hit him. So I think what I'm going to do is move Violentus up there. Now, let's see if I can get him. Okay. Can I hit all 3 of them with a grenade? That would be awesome. And I can. Just wondering if those boxes are gonna provide any cover for them. Use damage. Let's see.
Opening fire.
That worked a lot better than I thought it would.
As ordered.
Take you out.
It is finished.
And we'll move you up here.
Affirmative.
Get you in with the rest of the squad. Don't shoot my guys. Not nice.
Storm. Feel the bite of my sword. Another battle ends in triumph.
That man is dead. Of course, he kind of deserved it.
At once.
One thing I really enjoy about the Interceptors, if you can get multiple of them, you can just have an entire squad of, well, not an entire squad. You need at least one apothecary, but if you can get more than one Interceptor, it's just so much fun to watch them all teleport around and get stealth, well, not stealth kills, but teleport around and get some pretty interesting and unique kills on enemies. So since he can't get very far without the teleport, I'm going to use the teleport and we'll see how far am I allowed to get into. Okay. If I put him put him there, it means we'll have cover. Yeah, let's do that.
With alacrity. Enemies near. Weapons ready.
Okay. We will get you up here, ready, wherever those enemies are.
As you will.
Apothecary for support.
On the way.
May not be in cover this turn, but this is up there. And finally, we bring in Iolanthus. As far as we can do. That's fine for now. Terminator armor.
Wait, that creature.
Inquisitor, we have seen the dead walk in this way before.
As have I. Poxwalkers are evidence of warp corruption. This is no natural plague.
Actually, look back at those. You can bring corpses back to life. Great. Are they all Foxwalkers, or just some of them Foxwalkers? They're all Foxwalkers. Wonderful. So if I don't get these guys down all at once, then well, we'll just keep on resing each other. Well, essentially.
Ready to serve. Your orders?
Is there? Oh, in one turn. Alright, you know what I'll do?
As you command.
I'll do up there. And wonder. How much health do they have? 4, 4, 4. Okay. I'm gonna play a little bit of baseball. Or no, that would be right. More like hot potato. There we go. Hot potato. Catch. Well, I knew it wasn't going to kill any of them, but at least it damaged them to the point where now I can kill them. Let's see. We will take you out.
For Titan!
Good. I will need to examine this corpse and...
I will not tolerate this contamination spreading to my servitors.
Do not obstruct me, Tech Priest. I will follow proper protocols.
Peanut Gallery is apparently not very happy with the idea of us bringing one of those corpses onto our ship. I'm not too well versed in Warhammer lore, but I can understand why, considering it's from what it looks like. It's purple? Maybe. The only one I can think of.
Moving swiftly.
Alright. Now to finish off those last 3. And I'm just trying to get a point where I can lob a grenade at all 3 of them and just take them out all at once. That should do it.
As ordered.
Aw, man. Oh well. Just short. And I can't hit them with any of those attacks, so I will hit him.
As ordered.
Yeah, I figured that. Oh, you blocked it.
I will shear you with my blade.
Despite having like 11 hours in this game. I would have expected to have seen that by now, but I guess not. So you know what? We will take one of you. Actually, no, that's the apothecary. I do
What
not
is your
want
will?
that.
Yes, Commander.
What I will do is teleport you out of there to there,
In an instant.
then heal you with the apothecary.
I am here to serve. There now. Good news. My wrath is restored, brother.
Go to Snoog, he says. Shoved a giant needle. Yeah, I would call that a giant needle when it's about the size of his forearm, into your buddy, probably leaving a massive hole in his armor.
Yeah.
Alright, let's finish these guys off.
Satisfactory effort. Now return with my carcass so I can set to work.
We will deliver them to you as soon as containment is properly confirmed and sanctified.
Be swift about it. If this plague has already spread beyond this planet, then we will have far more ground to cover.
Got all the enemies. We get 15 servitors, which, for anyone not familiar with the system in this game, the servitors are basically a secondary form of, I wouldn't call them currency, but they're basically a second form of currency in the sense that they are spent whenever you try and do projects on different like on future projects that we'll see later on. So
Only in death does duty end.
and it looks like one of our guys got light wounds, which will take 23 days to heal, but he only loses 3 max health on light wounds, so that's not too bad. We just need to make sure he doesn't get more beat up.
Mission
to promote,
objectives
so-
achieved, Commander. Our guest wishes to speak with you in the Libris.
I must commend you on this impressive archive of demonic lore, Commander. It rivals some I've seen in inquisitorial fortresses. I will require it as a base of operations for my studies. I respect your authority in matters of combat, but I must remain until I can ascertain some solution to this plague. I am, of course, open to recommendations on which lines of study you feel would best serve the mission. I must insist, however, On beginning my research with a necropsy of the Poxwalker carcass your brothers recovered. I am certain they hold a key to understanding this corruption. I will conduct a necropsy of the recovered corpse to see what I can learn.
Let's see. Looks like it doesn't cost us anything to do this
I
one.
shall begin at once. Inform your crew that I am not to
But it
be
takes
disturbed.
30 days. Gotcha. Okay.
Commander, I toil with a critical lack of resources. I request you attend me in the Manufactorum. My servitors have restored the Manufactorum to operational use, but the edict remains severely damaged. Without access to a proper dockyard, restoration will be slow and limited by the resources we can requisition from Titan or nearby inquisitorial enclaves. As of this moment, reviving the edict's core power output takes absolute primacy.
Okay. That makes sense. We won't go anywhere in our ship, then we need to make sure the engine works. Six days, okay.
I must now interface with the logic engines. I trust you have a great deal to attend to.
Commander, I have adjusted the star map to display our current sector. However, our intelligence here is sparse. I suggest we bide our time until the Dominus restores power to our scanners.
Okay.
The Dominus has restored the star map to its full function. We are receiving a barrage of scanning data and astropathic scrapings from across the sector. This plague appears to have already spread its tendrils far and wide. We are faced with reports of 2 infected systems. We should monitor this infestation carefully and judge where best to direct our forces while the Inquisitor pursues her answers. Failure will cost many souls.
Okay, engine is somewhat fixed. Well, reactor. But, they want us to fix the servitor production, the augmentation chamber, and the augurium. And that gives us prognosticators. But if we do the augmentation chamber, then that gives us servitors. It's 12 days and 2 servitors, and that's 4 days, not... I'm sorry. 4 servitors and 9 days. Hmm. I'd rather have the servitors. I know we have 17 of them, but I'd rather have the servitor production started, because that will allow us to get ahead of the game in terms of resources when it comes to upgrading all these different options for the ship. Ooh, what does she have to say?
Commander, let us be efficient.
Activate 14 protocols within the poxmarker specimen.
I will not have the edict put at risk, even for an Inquisitor.
Okay. This is no ordinary corruption.
The ship will remain sterile.
We'll hold up until we are done in the sector.
The baleful edict has never let any of the brotherhoods that have traveled in her down.
Yes, we are operating on her timescale now.
That is the way of the Inquisition.
Okay.
Affirmative.
How long did you know the commander?
Commander for the past 22 years.
Wow, 22 years.
He was a leader in the Grey Knights, so he was revered. He did not suffer fools, or those that dared countenance his authority. Defiance suggests an emotional need to obstruct or obfuscate. Indeed, I serve the Omnissiah. The Ecclesiarchy's imperial creed carries only a muted echo of the machine god's true will.
Okay.
Waiting for new input.
What's the construction status?
I am repairing the damage as requested. I must caution you, Commander. The baleful edict is a shrine to the machine god, and these repeated damage incidents desecrate her. Do keep further violations to a minimum.
Okay.
Affirmative. The interaction is over.
Let's go talk to the Inquisitor.
We both have work to do. What do you need?
I have not done work directly with an Inquisitor before.
The Grey Knights will be needed in this task, and it is your duty to marshal them.
That's interesting. It's very... I don't know how to put it. She's very cut and dry, I think. Why did you commandeer the ship?
I had previously been hunting heretics siphoning power directly from the Hadex anomaly, not far from your previous campaign. Divining the visions of astropaths is an art in itself.
Interesting.
Very well.
How's your specimen?
This one appears to be some kind of host. An object is nestled within. It is different
Cool.
from what I've seen with these puppets in the past.
Interesting.
If we must. Yes, you've taken enough of my time.
Sorry. Talk to Ektar.
Come, let us talk over what troubles you, brother.
The Inquisitor and aid her hindrance.
She already makes demands on a ship badly in need of restitution.
So we are honor bound to her.
Even we must respect the authority of the Inquisition when the situation demands it.
Oh, okay. I note you invoked us as Chamber
It
Militant.
is a term that has fallen out of fashion.
If the title is somewhat antiquated, why use it?
It was a strategic decision.
It's not only Inquisitors who play these diplomatic games. That's funny.
By all means. It seems the Emperor has other plans for me.
Oh, okay. An imperfection?
A matter between myself and the Emperor.
Nevertheless, your advice will be invaluable.
I hope I can be of some use.
I don't think they're going to put you into a dreadnought sarcophagus. Maybe they will. I don't know. I hope to do justice to Agravain. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. Graven? Raven? Legacy?
He had a fitting end to his noble life.
Oh, so the old commander didn't like corn.
Why
Why
indeed,
plug it?
it is not my place to say.
Interesting.
By all means. I hope that aids you, brother. Let us ready ourselves for the trials to come.
Thorough scans reveal undeniable signs of corruption in the sector. The enemy appears to be dormant for now. Advance time until they reveal themselves. Alright.
Awaiting your orders.
So for here, and it looks like there's already some green stuff over there. Whitey's fine. And there's some over here too. Eurades. 6. Okay. Well, let's advance time and see how it goes. New missions. Prognosticator Choir has detected the presence of 3 new eruptions of bloom activity across this sector. We have informed Titan and must act on these new incursions to the best of our ability.
Commander,
Sounds
our
good.
prognosticators have detected this bloom in 3 separate systems. We should examine one of them.
Alright. Seems like you want me to go to that one. But let's look at... Okay, I can't click on them. Oh well.
I have identified this planet as a mission location to combat the bloom. Let us examine further. From here, you can see some details for this mission, including the resources that Titan's Armory will make available to us if we are successful.
Okay. Here's this grimoire, which, for those of you watching who aren't familiar with the game, grimoires, they help with research done by the Inquisitor. So they'll give, I believe it's a permanent 20% bonus to research. I'd have to double check that, but level 1, Dynamic Chaos, Functions. Right? Let's go. Oh, sweet. We repaired the server production chamber. And we can't start producing servers just yet, because we have to do reactor improvement. Output 1. Okay. Probably should get the prognosticators online before then. But plus 12 servers. I only have 15. It's not like I'm gonna get any more servers from that mission, which gives us Grimoire instead. Okay. I think getting server production online is going to probably be the best thing we can do right now. This Augurium, it will allow us to use prognosticators, which I'll talk about that a little bit later on, depending on how far we get in the stream. But we'll see how far we get and then go from there. I think I am going to spend the extra servitors and get the reactor output 1 done. That way we can, focus on getting server production up. That way we don't have to worry as much about servitors when these costs come in, because as you guys can see, this is reactor output 3, costs 20 servitors. The accelerated construction speed costs 20 servitors. The first accelerated construction speed costs 16. The warp drive, each of them costs between 6, 8, and 12 servitors. Don't think we're going to get to the Geller field just yet. That's probably going to be for another stream. But, and of course there's the Libres alias for increased research speed. And that's not even mentioning the armaments and defenses, like Void Shields, Medical Bay, expanding barracks. I'm not going to do that for a little while. I don't think we'll need to, unless I start losing guys. Bonus XP would be nice. My guys. Be very nice. Yeah. Definitely thinking that server production is the next thing on the list. Means I have to do this one. Sweet, we got the one guy healed before we start this battle. Or arrived at this planet, rather. It looks like this one's going to be a pretty simple one. There is a higher surge risk for warp surges. Which, for those of you watching who aren't familiar with the game, warp surges are basically random events that happen when the bloom surge meter at the top of the battle screen during combat, when it reaches 100%, it will cause a random effect that will either like throw out poison gas on the battlefield via a warp portal gate, or it'll bring in extra reinforcements for the enemy, and we don't want that. So. And these guys, good. Let's see if we can't get these other ones.
Stand ready.
Let's see if we can't get these other guys to level up. He's level 2. He's level 1 with 20 out of 50. The XP is up here. For anyone wondering where I'm getting those numbers. He's got 34 out of 50 for level 1. And our apothecary has 18. Okay, that means our apothecary might need to be put into harm's way a little bit more so that he can level up. Something I did on my other save files is I put the apothecary I gave him the ability in here to have Terminator armor, and therefore give him a bonus 2 armor every, I believe it's every turn it resets. So it is quite helpful in keeping him alive in sticky situations, which I think I'm going to need to do. Because even on the lower difficulty that I was playing, Merciful, I was having difficulty. So away we go.
Why have you led us here, Inquisitor? There is no sign of strife on the comms.
Look more carefully, Knight. The codes used are old, but they are a mark of an active plague cult. Of that, I have no doubt.
If that is true, my brothers will make short work of them.
Let's see. The other few times I normally have gone through that door, and it's been pretty good because it allows me to get some cover onto this ledge needed. I could also go up here for a different pace. But if I can help it, I'd like to keep the enemy off of the high ground so that we don't get exposed even in full cover. Alright. Yeah, we'll go with the tried and true method.
At your command.
Mr. Carey.
At once.
I mean, okay. You could have used stairs if you wanted. I don't know. Apparently, Space Marines and even Grey Knights don't believe in the idea of using stairs. They're just like, stairs? No, we're just gonna climb everywhere. You know, I don't even know how many pounds of armor that is. Probably well over 200 pounds of armor. These guys are genetically modified anyway. Alright, interceptor you go up there. This time, don't get surrounded. I will admit that was partially my fault for setting him up too far the first time.
We strive.
Okay. Now, bring you up here.
Strive.
I mean, hey, you used the stairs. Just decided to go an alternative route at the end. Oh, we're already at 20 blue. Okay. So yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. The warp surge meter, whenever that increases to 100%, it triggers a warp surge. And it's going to, its increase is going to be based on the planet's corruption level, and then also other circumstances, such as when our guys use their psychic abilities. So it's the psychic abilities are really nice to do extra damage or to help with maneuvering around and stuff like that, or better armor for a turn or two. I think it's just for a turn. Yeah, I think so. But it does cause us to have more. It does cause us to put more on the warp surge meter, and we don't want that. I've had 2 times where the warp surge meter hit 100% at the exact wrong turn, where my guys were surrounded and on low health, and fortunately I got them out because it was the same turn as when extraction happened, but it still wasn't fun. So, alright, Atlantis, you're the first one in the door. On point. That's never gonna get old. Alright, let's put you over here. That's your interceptor.
At once.
Man, he moves fast. Buff carrier, we're gonna put you in cover.
Yes, sir.
we're gonna have you. I do that? No, I can't. Okay. Well, we'll just put it up anyway. Because I want to see if I can catch a guy or two if they come through this door.
As ordered.
And then we're going to take you and put you up here. Actually, you know what? That's the closest I can get with having another action point. But I would rather have him be in a position that's better protected, or at least in a better... Yeah, I'd rather have him be in a better situation cover-wise than put him in danger by sending him out too far, or trying to get another action point and then whatchamacallit, then not have him be in range. So we'll put him up here.
Moving out!
I'll move him as I need to.
Crush the Imperial lapdogs!
Okay, sample Overwatch. Moon rises. 40%. Now, you guys aren't really giving me a good shot on any of you. Other than you. Oh, it's not entirely true. Okay, two. Can I get all three of you? No, I can't. Right. I know what I can do, though. Okay, let's just see how far this range is. Oh, yeah. It'll be far enough.
Yes, command. I sense their presence.
More guys. Okay. Oh. Wrong direction. I wanted to shift this way. Let's see. Not get him? Oh man, I thought that range would be sufficient. But oh well. At least I can get some damage on these guys. Oh, I can kill one of them if I use some Flames of Purity. The only thing is it spends a I'm not so much concerned about the willpower spent for the Flames of Purity as I am the Warp Surge risk. Because if I spend that, it puts it up to 50 instead of staying down at 40 for the next surge increase. So I think I'm going to let that guy live and not have to worry about the incoming surge. That's probably going to happen in the next, I think, like, turns. Yeah. So there's no way I can finish this without.
To the enemy. As you will.
Flamethrowers. Just flamethrowers. And I want to put you. Position. Can you get across? No, you cannot. Don't want to put you on your phone again like I did the first mission. Do want. I would love to throw a grenade and just get all three of those guys, but the radius on the grenades is just too small. Yeah, it's just too small, so. But what I will do. There. Can I reach? Wrong way. There we go. Doesn't look like I can get them. Partial full cover. Yeah. So this is what I was talking about back in the tutorial, is if the enemy or one of my guys has full cover or even partial full cover and he has significant range, then it's not a percentage of chance to hit. It's just based off of the full cover and the range decreasing how much damage his weapon will do to the enemy. So it's always a guaranteed hit per se, but in this case it's not because of the full cover and the long range. So it's not worth pursuing that, but I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something that's a little cheeky, but you messed with the Grey Knights, so
with alacrity.
we want to get you. Yeah, we want to get you in full cover so you can't get shot by those other two. And just got done talking about the increase from the other skill, so I'm not wanting to spend that and increase the warp surge risk. Will cause some unpredictable consequences. Namely, getting affected by the Chaos Gods. Prevent that.
It will be done.
So for now, he lives. Barely.
Yeah!
And then for you, Iolanthus. We're going to shift the camera back this way. And we will keep you up here, cover's sake. But I will over and do a little bit of sharpshooting. Well, as much as you can sharpshoot with the Storm Bolter.
Destroy.
We are the hammer!
Okay. And now our good Justicar is going to introduce these two. I would call them gentlemen, but they're neither gentle nor, well, I mean, they are men, but anyway, I'm going to introduce them to what happens when you decide with the Chaos Gods. Also, thank you, Be Amazing, for the follow. I appreciate it. Any little bit helps. Our apothecary over here. Get him in range with one of his guns. Can't hit him, but I can hit this guy off of my forget what he's called. Perjurator. Gator, sorry. Don't run, don't just die tired.
You command.
Alright.
As you command.
The sound of that Terminator armor just impacting on the metal. Might as well be throwing a tank off the cliff. Just give me that one. Hold on, I'm gonna readjust that way. I don't have to worry about anything with a pixel.
Yes, sir.
Alright. So our next group of damage patrol is over here. That arrow indicates which direction they're going. So they're most likely going to be around this area on the next turn. Which is why I'm positioning my guys over here as opposed to advancing across these bridges. Which, because I have prior knowledge, these are actually destructible. Yes, Be Amazing. I am commanding a squad of Grey Knights.
Yes, Commander. As ordered. Stall.
And put you... Yeah, we're gonna put you down here so that I can have a position to adequately oh.
Prepare to engage.
No. I just thought of something. That is a that indicator there means that it's a destructible object, as you all saw from our lovely demonstration of fire of explosives over here. So if I throw a grenade there, it should... I'm not gonna say it'll take out all four of them at the same time, but it will definitely do some damage to them, in addition to the grenade. So what I'll do is, he's already down there, so I'll just move him over here instead of on the other side of that set of girders. I think those are girders. Yeah. And let's see if we can take him out with one grenade. Okay, I can hit all of them. Question is, can I kill all of them? Does deal knockback. And there also is, it's not fall damage, but there is, in these situations where there's like these cliffs, there is a if you have one of the enemy or one of your guys fall off the cliff due to some sort of knockback or something, I do believe that it kills them. So, although I don't know how that works with the players' knights, but I do know it works on enemies. So, let's see how grenades work. I mean, we've already seen how grenades work.
All enemies have been cleansed. Good work, Commander.
That's one way to do it. That is one way to do it. Right, so we got. We'll have access to the armory rewards later on, but actually it shouldn't be too long until we get access to them. But we got access to one of the grimoires, which will increase our research speed by 20%. I believe that's what it is. Don't quote me on that though. I'd have to look it up again. And it looks like no one was hurt. Which, actually, now I remember it, there's actually an achievement, which I already managed to get it, but there's actually an achievement in this game that is if you make it through an entire mission without having any of your squad injured at all. And they have to be full health, like max health the entire time. So. Alright. And then I want to do with this guy, because he can teleport around, and he's basically my skirmisher slash assassin. I do want to give him as much movement capability as possible. So I'm going to give him an upgrade to his range on his teleport, which will increase it from 10 to 15. And then I also am going to give him the upgrade which allows him to swap allies with himself when he teleports, if he targets where they're at. That will save our bacon a lot of times. Fortunately, I haven't run into a situation that led to me needing that, but we'll most likely use it at least once. So in that case, it's, in my book, it's worth it. So. And then after that, it unlocks the next thing that I am particularly interested in putting on this guy, and that is the ability to do teleportation strikes, aka assassination style. Of course, it's not a guaranteed kill, but it's quite nice. For promotion, he's level 2 now. Alright, so we do have some things on the docket as far as the timeline to let them pan out when we advance time next. But we also have we've also got 2 more of those missions that we could try and get to on the star chart. The only thing is, they've only got that bar right there is what represents how many days the mission has left before it expires. similar to an XCOM, where they have a certain amount of days before they expire. Unfortunately, though, the tutorial, well, the final part of the tutorial basically is us doing this mission that led us from Cormor Prime all the way over to Fides Prime. So I don't think we're going to be able to get there in time, so I'm just going to go back to Cormor Prime because, as you can see, Cormor Prime has a lot of systems around it, and that will come in handy later on once we get the prognosticators, because they basically give us vision. So it does mean that we sacrifice them, those opportunities, but more will come. There's definitely going to be more opportunities that come. Also, if anyone's just curious, I am planning on going to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's usually the cutoff for me, just because I have other prior commitments. And
we cannot afford to sit on our hands while the bloom spreads unchallenged.
I know the bloom is spreading. I can't do anything because I can't get there in time. I'm sorry. Don't worry, we'll exterminate it later. If need be. I hope not. But as I was saying, I will be doing streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays is primarily going to be around Warhammer stuff, just because I enjoy both Warhammer Fantasy and also Warhammer 40k. And then I also am very big into the Total War grand strategy style game that franchise has kind of established. And so I'll be streaming Rome 2 and recreating the Roman Empire, unless there's another nation that anyone watching, both now and then also then, if you send me either a whisper or say in chat next time on Thursday, if you want me to do a different nation, then I would be up to it. One that comes to mind at least would be Sparta, because Sparta. But for now, the plan is to go to Rome and see if we can recreate not just the Roman Empire, but also expand it. Maybe this time we'll actually get Germany, as opposed to them never actually successfully conquering it.
Commander,
the edict will not be able to reach all the missions before they expire. Reconstruction of the warp drive and Hungarian systems would make it easier to reach missions with time to spare. I know that. Warp drive would definitely increase our ship's speed, but unfortunately we don't have the servitors right now to do that, which is why I'm working on the servitor construction as my next thing that I'm trying to get built. Actually, I wanted to check on that ship status. Okay, that's got 4 days left. So then after that, we can start producing servitors. Oh, that's right, that's 24 days. Okay. Oh, before I go any further, I just realized that I went off track. I was talking about my current streaming schedule. It is on my channel, but I do just want to remind everyone that's watching, both now and also in the future, I do Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 7, just because that's a fairly open time slot for me. And I figured with everyone getting off work for the day, it'd probably be best just when, if you guys want to have something to eat while you watch me play. That's perfectly fine by me. So, let's see. Ooh, cutscene.
This Poxwalker was one of the Imperial Faithful, afflicted with a strain of mutagenic virus. There is no doubt we are dealing with the work of the plague god Nurgle. This must be the bloom whispered of in those astropathic fragments. Within the carcass, I found a germ of some ancient power corrupted with a foul psychic resonance. This seed is used to spread the virus. Of that I am certain, but it arrived to me damaged, and there is little else I can learn from it. In order to study how we might fight this plague, I must acquire one of these seeds completely intact. I can instruct your brothers on how to extract these specimens properly. Please ensure they pay attention. The Emperor loathes indolence. Let's not disappoint him. This is Inquisitor Cartha Vakir of the Ordo Malleus. I am alumnus of Evixia Danica. Access code Clarion Magenta 111721. I require immediate response from Titan.
This is Grandmaster Vardan Kai responding, Inquisitor. This act borders on heresy. The screams of the astropods you burned already reverberate through the warp. It is fortunate for you that I am prosecuting a campaign in the nearby Chimera system. I suggest you explain yourself, and quickly.
Grandmaster, I have commandeered the baleful edict. We face...
You have seized a Grey Knight strike cruiser.
As is my right, I have foreseen dire omens for this sector. Already Nurgle's poxwalkers roam free.
Oh, indeed. I'm surprised an agent of your pedigree is not equipped to deal with such lesser threats of chaos. Agravain, perhaps you can clear up this nonsense for me.
My lord, he fell in battle during our last campaign against the Cadium cult. We had been returning to Titan for repairs when this Inquisitor intervened.
Ah, Brother Ektar, that is sorry news. I trust then that you have appointed one of our brothers to act in his stead. Well, speak up then, Commander. What say you to this Inquisitor's story?
Our ship is badly damaged and we're undersupplied, and there's a lot of stuff happening. So I mean, we should return to Titan, supplies and repairs, probably some more guys. But at the same time, there's plagues of Nurgle coming up here and there, and if we don't put a stop to it now, who knows how many planets are going to get swallowed up. So we could agree with the Inquisitor, or we could agree with the Brother Ektar. On the other hand, there's the third option of just saying, hey, there's this thing called the Bloom. There is, I will say, because I have prior knowledge at this point, which I'll stop saying that when I get to a point of not knowing, which is not that far off from here. if I say discuss the balloon seed, it kind of has a neutral response, and I don't get any bonuses or negatives per se. But if I agree with the Inquisitor, it makes Ektar angry, and the Grey Knights under my command are affected. Their morale gets lowered, which means they have less wisdom, or sorry, not wisdom. They're in D terms. They have less willpower points for a certain amount of time, and it's not a short amount of time. It's like probably 30 to 40 days. So, which is at least 2 missions for us. However, I have yet to find out what happens if we side with Brother Ektar and say to return to Titan. Oh, and before I actually talk more about that, if the other side of agreeing with the Inquisitor, even though we get a negative for the Grey Knights, we get a positive for our research. It's a plus 100% research speed for like 24 days. So that's kind of nice. But at the same time, we really do need more equipment and more repairs. I don't know. I'll let you guys choose this one if you want. Yeah, I do agree with that. I do agree. All right, let's see how it goes.
Routine threat. That specimen we collected is proof of something far more foul.
Proof is drawn from hard data, Inquisitor, which you have yet to provide. If this is not a serious outbreak, I am inclined to recall my brothers back to Titan.
Then it seems I must raise this matter with the Lord Inquisitor. The baleful edict will of course have to remain here until we can strike a formal tribunal, which given our current location may well require several months. So unfortunate. I had hoped we might avoid all this tedious bureaucracy.
Yeah, I think that is the case.
I suppose the Chamber Militant should not be seen to shirk from its duties, no matter how pitiful. I will leave the edict in your hands for now, and send you what
I got 5 free servitors.
But there is yet another reason I desired to speak with you. As steward of the Armory of Titan, I had hoped you could release further assistance.
Don't thank me yet. I will give you 60 Tertean solar days to prove this threat warrants the deployment of an entire strike force. Battle-worn as it is, Strike Force Cyphos could be put to good use in several campaigns across the galaxy. Any further requisition from my arsenal will have to be earned.
But Typical.
After each Grand Master's report, you can spend your requisition to unlock and upgrade armor slots.
So, this is the part that I was talking about earlier when we were looking at the...
gives you access to the new Knight reinforcements, servitors, grimoires, and other resources at the end of a mission.
Yeah. At the end of each mission, there'll be 5 indicators at the bottom of the mission description for armor access, and that's what these are. There's always one for a knight, like a free knight that is usually a better quality than your current knights, at least starting out. There's a free ranged weapon, melee weapon, armor, and war gear, so like grenades, servitors, and I believe the last one... Actually, I don't know if there's... I know there's other war gear besides that, but I'm not quite far enough in the other save file to know what the other types are. I would really like some more armor requisition so that we can get either better power armor or get some Terminator armor. Or I'm not gonna put it on all of my knights, but I will put it on probably 2 or 3 more. Just because of survivability. That extra armor really comes in handy because no damage can get past it until, or sorry, it prevents all damage until its armor points are spent. And those armor points recoup each round during combat. So
you can only unlock or upgrade each slot once per report. Slot upgrades increase your chance of accessing more and better equipment and resources.
So what I'm going to do is I've got 6 available requisition points, and each of these costs 2, so I'm going to do armor, range, and then I did melee on the other save file, and it worked out pretty well. But I want to try out getting some better war gear, because I want to see if there's some things that I'm not aware of that would be really helpful, potentially. And I'll get melee and knight requisition later on. These requisition points come fairly often, from what I've seen, so I'm not too worried about it. And then these are only the tier 1 out of tier 3. Tier 1 out of 3 tiers upgrades. So we're definitely going to be able to get better options from here on out. And with the Poxwalker Necropsy, it looks like now the Inquisitor wants us to extract a seed of this plague for the bloom from a living specimen. Well, he'll be living when we extract it. He won't be living afterwards. And it looks like we need I think the Inquisitor's DMAs are... She seems to be more of a scientist, but there's also a... there's also the side of it where they intervene in severe cases of non-human, or as they call them, xeno, invasions or attacks on humanity. So, particularly with the Dark Gods or the Chaos Gods. I'm 29 days. Oh, that's because she's upset with me. Forgot. 43 days. That's punishing. To get a seed to do that. So, and we can see that the research rate is lower than 100% because she's upset following a vexing conversation. Yeah, I haven't chosen that conversation option before, so I wanted to see if it was going to produce a different, like, I figured it would affect the research rate because the other one that I chose when I sided with the Inquisitor last time, on a previous save file that I haven't streamed, it allowed me to have a research speed increase, similar to how, because I sided with what actually looks like I sided with the Dominus, who is the tech priest, this time, rather than the fellow Grey Knight. So I get construction speed for 100% bonus for the same duration as that research speed negative. But there is that third option that I could have chosen that allows you to it allows you to basically skirt the penalty, but in skirting the penalty, you don't get any bonus. It's just a neutral conversation. So I'm willing to take that hit because it means that we can get some of our construction done faster, and we really need some more servitors in order to help with improving and creating certain projects that will make our lives a lot easier. So, also welcome to anyone coming in at this hour of the stream. I just have been focused on getting through the game, so.
You have my attention, Knight.
Okay.
It is not so simple.
Curious as to what she thinks about the decision we made, but I don't know if there's a dialect choice for it. Yeah, Bimaze, it's yeah, she is one of the more interesting characters in this game from what I've seen. Of course, like I said at the beginning, I've only put 11 hours into the game, so I'm going to be getting to a point where I'll find out things at the same time that you guys do. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to create a separate save file and do it beyond the point that I've played. So.
I need the seeds intact for further study.
Okay.
Very well.
This isn't your first encounter with Warp Spawn?
The Grey Knights and Inquisition have worked together since the earliest days of our orders.
We're equals in this endeavor, then?
We each have our own role to play as partners. Yes, partners in my mission.
It's always going to be her mission, isn't it? Can I trust you with the lives of my brothers? Yeah, that's a good question.
Know that I will not sacrifice your men, unless the need is great.
Unless the... Okay. Who gets to decide whether the need is great or not?
If we must. Yes, you've taken enough of my time.
Yeah, I know we have, so... Alright. If that takes 43 days, and I need a seed for it, probably gonna take at least... I don't want to say it's gonna take at least 29 days to get a seed, because I know that a mission is gonna be coming up probably within the next... I want to say it's probably going to be coming up in the next, 15 days, or even sooner than that. But you also have to factor in travel time to the mission. So I'm wondering if I should start with either Psychic Attunement, or when I do get the Prognosticators up to reduce corruption in the system, or if I should start on the Strategy system and the Quicksilver warp power. That would be kind of nice because it would open up things like giving All Knights Strength of the Spirit is a buff that All Knights getting a 1-turn plus 50% crit chance. And then there's also Torpor. All visible enemies are afflicted with Immobilize for 1 turn. And then Gate of Infinity. Excuse me. Gate of Infinity teleports the knights to a certain location. It costs them 1 AP. And then the heal 1, I'm most likely thinking that these are also additional heals, although I haven't seen anything past this level in my other save files. So that heal will be really nice because it's just instant full health heal no matter what health they're at. But it takes 58 days to research because of that penalty we incurred during the conversation. So I'm kind of thinking that we're going to hold off on research for now. Unfortunately, if you try and convert over to a different research halfway through, it does not save the spent days. You have to restart it all the way over again. So for now, we'll hold off on that. We're working on that construction. Because of the construction fee bonus, I think that actually decreased the day cost for the days for that reactor output increase. And then talk to Ektar, see what he wants.
Let us talk over what troubles you, brother.
What do you make of Grandmaster Kai's reaction to our Inquisitor?
Besides a clear violation of communication protocol, you mean?
And what if the siege she's discovered?
Arcane talismans as catalysts for corruption are scarcely a novelty to us Knights of Titan.
I don't think this exercise is worthwhile.
The Grand Master will weigh our value to this campaign.
This venture is insignificant. Why restitution or not restitution? Sorry, why requisition our strike force?
Perhaps there's some piece to this puzzle we do not yet see. Certainly. All tech priests are eccentric in their own way. There is no being I trust more to look after the baleful edict. Her competence is beyond question. Ancient, yes, assuredly.
So apparently our tech priest is a very ancient and very knowledgeable individual with most likely a decent amount of psychic power, essentially. I didn't know that the tech priests had access to psychic abilities. Like, I know they can commune with the machine god and lore, but...
By all means. We are the Hammer. Remember that.
Okay. Let's talk to
Commander,
Lunetta.
let us be efficient.
There.
An unclean, organic thing fouling my ship.
Oh, this is... No, this is not a Necron. This is a tech priest of the Omnissiah slash the machine god that exists in... Basically, it's a psychic link that is part of the machines and mechs and ships and stuff that the Adeptus Mechanicus have constructed and also communed with. They basically, I'm not too familiar with them, but from my understanding, they basically have a direct line with any machine, from what I can understand. That's at least part of the Imperium. I'm not entirely sure on that though. So.
Affirmative. Risk factors remain significant. Affirmative. The interaction is over.
Alright. Advance time. And that's the reactor output done. Just gonna be good for us. So now I can actually build some servitors per day. Granted, it takes 12 days to make the servitor, the augmentation chamber, but it will be helpful in the long run, especially once we get the next upgrade, which gives us one servitor per 5 days as opposed to 10. But 10 days is still better than no servitors. Okay, B-Maze, see you later. And the next thing I'm gonna have to do is get that Augurium. Last time. Okay. Now I do want to put down a prognosticator, but I don't have the that called. Don't have the Augurium repaired yet. It takes 5 days, so I'm gonna need to put that on the next build list. But for now, we're gonna have to wait until the augmentation chamber is done. 10 days, so I'm just gonna advance time. And there's the next set of balloon spawn missions. Alright, 2 are fairly close together, so I'm probably going to go for those unless that third over here is particularly useful. Not sure though. 11 days. We have access to, tier 1 piece of Terminator armor. Sweet. Or not piece of, but a set of Terminator armor. Tier 1 Servo Skull. And a better Storm Filter. As well as a requisition point. That would come in handy. Standard Chaos Presence. And we would have to collect all the seeds, and then there's this Glorious Deed category for the objectives, which are basically optional secondary missions within the missions that you can enable to gain additional benefits, particularly in the area of requisition points, so that we can get better armory access upgrades. The only thing with that is if you fail a Glorious Deed, it is a penalty. It's not just a positive only. If you succeed, or sorry, it's not just a positive if you enable it, because if you fail, then you get a penalty. Sorry, tongue-tied. With that one, we have to kill 4 enemies with grenades. That's pretty easy to do, considering what you guys have seen me do in the last 2.5 hours. So, and we'll look at these other two to see what they got. 10 days left. Tier 1 equipment. Tier 1 power armor. Tier 1 incinerator. Ooh, another grimoire, which would be another 20% bonus to our research. That would be pretty nice. The glorious deed is killing enemies with ranged weapons. That's not that hard, but failing it, or actually not failing it, but dedicating time to do that may cause a failure of the mission, which, because it puts my knights, the knights at further risk. We'll see. We'll see if I can't do this one and the other one that's a little bit to the south of this planet. Let's look at 15. Warp Surge risk is 15 per turn as opposed to 20. That's better. 2 unknown of chaos. Okay. Go back to the main star map and then look at this guy. He's also killed 8 enemies with ranged weapons, but I get 20 servitors as opposed to a grimoire. Oh, I really need servitors right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to choose this one, at least to begin with, because I don't want to take the risk of losing those 20 servitors by going to the other one first. Unfortunately, this one has 12 days left, and the other one has 10 days left. So I only will be able to get one of these 3 missions as opposed to 2. So, oh well. Sacrifices must be made. Sweet, and now we can start gaining servers 1 per 10 days. And our next goal will to be eventually get 1 server per 5 days, because that will churn out them quite quickly. We will want to get a better ship speed eventually, but I'm putting that on the back burner. Then probably going to want to do repairs on the prognosticator before we do anything else, even though I'm really tempted to... Oh, never mind. I can't do reactor output 2 upgrade because I don't have enough servers. I mean, I would after this mission, though. So, but for now, we'll do the prognosticator repairs. It only takes 5 days, which is really nice because of that 100% construction speed. The thing is, we really need to get that seed because we only have 47 days before the Grandmaster report. I don't know what happens if you fail to get the seed research done prior to the Grandmaster report. Yeah, I don't know what happens because I've always succeeded on it, but we'll see.
Glorious deeds are optional objectives that add risk to a mission, but grant requisition rewards on success. You must choose whether to accept before beginning the mission.
Alright, so, like I was saying earlier, if we enable this and we succeed, we get 2 requisition points, which is great. But if we fail and don't kill 8 enemies with ranged weapons, which, if we're going to enable it, then I'm going to do it, but it may just take a little bit longer. Then I'm pretty sure that we won't have to worry about failing it and losing that 1 requisition point. The only one that we have. So we should be fine. You don't think... I want to change your loadouts. This on the melee weapon. I want to give you a better damage in the case of you having the end. I want you to, but the class restricted. Is this Sacred Incense +2 max willpower? I mean, that's nice. Oh, my medic though. Get level up this time. Not too concerned about it. Alright. Since we're coming up on the 3-hour mark, getting close to 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, this is probably going to be the last mission. I appreciate everyone sticking around for as long as you did, and hope it goes well before we close out for the night. It'll be fine.
We detect these seeds so often in the ruins of our great ecclesiarchy.
It is the Plague Lord mocking us, Purifier. He mocks the edifice of our Imperium. This bloom is only one of countless jibes.
We will undo every one of his jests, brothers. The seeds lay ahead. Extract or destroy them.
Commander, your brethren must recover one of these seeds from a living host. I have trained your warriors to focus their senses. If they perform a precision strike in hand-to-hand combat, they should be able to locate and extract any seed present within the foe.
Alright. And we have to kill 8 enemies with ranged weapons, dude. So, usually patrol right here, but let's see.
Affirmative.
There. Justicar, I'm going to put you... Normally, in the past few times I've played this mission, I've gone up these stairs because that wall is really helpful as protective cover. Yeah, I'll do that again.
On my way. It will be done.
Right there. And medic. Bring up the rear.
Yes, sir.
And turn. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
We will put you. Put you in this corner. Bring up medic right behind you, so that he doesn't get hit.
I am here to serve.
This guy will probably reveal any enemies that might be there. That's what I thought. It's a patrol.
Unleash me.
And we'll go ahead and put you right in their path.
You command.
Can I get a grenade over there? No.
At your command.
Worth a shot. Alright.
What is your will?
In my turn, since all of these guys can't get shots on any enemies yet.
Your orders?
Yes, Commander.
He does have 1 AP left. I could teleport him, but I don't want to leave him unsupported, so I think I'll just, I'll end the turn.
Do you sense anything, Knight? No? Keep hunting.
Next.
It will be done.
Okay, they count as a blast attack, not a ranged attack. I was gonna say, grenades would be great right about now. But since I have the secondary objective to do that first. That's a spread attack. This makes me wonder if this is going to count as a ranged attack or not. I mean, he's using a ranged weapon, so I assume it's going to. But the fact that it's a spread attack as opposed to a ranged attack, like the other ranged weapons, makes me kind of doubting. But oh well.
It will be done. Destroyed, Commander.
I'm actually gonna put you guys. I like terrain over here better, so I'm going to move you up here.
As ordered.
And then on the next turn, hopefully those two or those three enemies don't move too much, and I can fire on them. Put you here. Fire on them. Okay. It's only 2 damage, but 2 damage is better than none. That is not what I wanted to happen. Oh well.
Die! 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 It bleeds! It bleeds!
What is your will?
Praise the Emperor.
Just going to.
Ready to serve.
Just going to move. Okay. No, I probably can't kill you with a ranged attack. Yeah, can't. So what I'm going to do is move you off of that pedestal.
Yes, sir.
Get you.
Glory to Zyphos!
And I'm going to move you. I'm actually going to teleport you. Because now that it's range 15, I can just teleport you basically across half the map. And out of trouble. Just want to make sure that I'm click on the right square. There we go. Now, I'm gonna walk up behind this guy.
Taking position.
And teach him a lesson. Just wait. Sure, why not? We'll use Flames of Fury.
Target destroyed.
Alright. That was all of them. So now we're gonna move on. Never gone over here. Oh, and there's a seeker. Look at that sea carrier. Second. Yep. Like this idea.
As ordered.
Okay. I think it's a little bit too far away, so I'm gonna get him closer.
Aye, sir.
I will ramp this up. If I go on that bridge, it's most likely gonna get blown up or something if the sea carrier has any guys with him. So what I'll do is bring my Atlantis up there.
Yes, Commander.
Excuse me. Going to off carry. So you know what? I'm gonna bring the off carry over here.
Yes, sir.
Heal.
Your command.
Heal my Brigader.
At your command. These wounds will heal.
That is back to full.
Gratitude.
Then I'm going to move you up. Yeah. Move you up there. It will reveal them.
Knights.
Okay.
Threat identified.
There it is. Commander, harvest the seed from that creature's flesh.
Okay, he's not the one I want to use to try and get the seed out of him. Because I need to crit in order to do that. So... I will... Yeah, I'll use the Force Strike. Increase the crit chance as well as the damage. And there's my seed.
Yes, we have it. My commendations to that knight. Return with that seed as soon as you can.
Going to cover.
Praise the Emperor.
Oh.
Moving now.
Get all of you across
Ready
the bridge.
to serve.
That way if it gets blown up, I don't have to worry about circling all the way around up these stairs and down where those guys are. Yeah, I'll put you in cover here.
On the way.
I will take a shot at...
Here's Commander.
Actually, what?
Here.
He's just on the edge. Got half cover, so I'd only do 1 point of damage to him. Unless I use a Cybolt. But that would cause a warp surge to happen early. Which might actually be beneficial. Because then it's just over with. Yeah.
Clean.
I think that you'll be able to hit them. I'm hoping this counts as a ranged attack. I'm sure there'll be plenty of enemies though to cover from, or not recover, but to make up the difference. Because I only need 4 more enemies.
Justice.
Stay down!
You got suppressed.
Attack! Kill them all!
Barely a scratch.
The gods favor you!
Commander, I sense a massive spike in warp activity below.
It is a warp surge in which such events are common in pitch battles between Psychers.
And yet your brothers have clearly restrained their powers. Something foul is at work below.
You have been judged.
So it looks like the warp surge was a reinforcement drop for the enemy, but they didn't get, like, they only got 1 unit, and he instantly got killed by Iolanthus here because of his, because he tried to move out of Iolanthus's reach.
Fool. Men.
Disciple.
Yes, sir.
Next time, use cover. It might actually save your life.
Moving swiftly. This one will.
That man is dead. I'm pretty sure that man is dead. I just have a hunch. I'll be here all week, so you can just appreciate the, I don't know if you want to call it corny jokes or not, but... Alright,
Yes, sir.
let's see. We will go ahead and... Oh, we blew up part of the bridge. This is the jump, okay. We're gonna put you... We're gonna put you over there. And when he decides to come out of his little hidey hole there, we'll be ready for him. Actually, you know what? I could just shoot him.
The enemy is wounded. Firing now. Targets destroyed.
Okay. So now we just need to get the seed carrier. Who's all the way over there. Okay. And just like this last group, he's going to have some guys with him. So we are going to be ready for that. Camera angle, please. Thank you. Go put you. Is there a better way to go that direction? There's some cover there, and there's not a lot of cover there, so yeah, I'm actually gonna do that instead.
Stride.
Affirmative.
May the powers protect us!
Looks like we have some company.
They will not see me here.
Permission to engage, Commander. We strive. It will be done. Empty.
Alright. Go back your buddy up before he gets attacked again.
As ordered.
you up as well. And finally the medic.
Die, die, die! Die, die, die!
Barely a scratch.
Eat this!
Pain is beneath me.
Ah, I see what you did there. You put down a time bomb, so I had to move, and then you put down Overwatch, so if I move, I get damaged. Okay. Two can play that game.
What is your will?
Mage shield for additional armor, or 2 armor for turn,
The Aegis shields us.
and makes you immune to auto. Either of these Overwatch. Actually, wait, no, it doesn't. Immune autos. Should be. Watch range auto. Yeah, I mean, it should make me immune, considering it says that. So, we'll see what happens. We're just gonna run up and punch him.
Breaking position. Enemy down.
And we're gonna go after his buddy. Those grenades are so satisfying.
Ball, monster!
Okay. I don't even need a force strike for you.
Terminated.
Terminated. Alright. We're gonna put you down. We're gonna put you here. That way you're safe from shots taken. And we're gonna take our medic and put you. We'll put you over here. It's out of cover, but man, that medic can jump.
Die, die, die!
Yeah, I think we would go for my apothecary. Sea carrier.
Unleash me. I am here to serve.
Hey, buddy. Surprise.
In an instant. Target destroyed.
I'm gonna put you there.
One.
And Oh, that's right. Those guys. I can climb up here. Who has the seed? Oh, how convenient. The one closest to my interceptor has the seed. How convenient.
That's all of them, Commander. However, I sense there are disturbances in the warp below. The tech priest will extract your brothers shortly. Do your best to keep them alive, will you?
Okay, so it looks like we have to find some better cover so that these guys coming in behind us, as well as those guys in front of us, don't get rid of us permanently. How many of you can I hit with this grenade? 3. Can't even hit that guy. Unless I just throw it at him alone. 3. Can I get all 3 of you? I would like to get all 3. No, it's not possible. So I'll just settle for you 3.
Taste my fury.
Move you over here. Then bring my apothecary over to do some healing.
As ordered. There now. Good news.
Good.
My wrath is restored, brother. Unleash me.
Okay. Now, going to up and yeah, we'll put you there, and then on the next turn we'll throw a grenade, provided those 3 guys are still all clumped together. Oh, that is a purification bloom spawn interaction. Sorry, it's a bloom spawn. If I purify that, we gain additional seed. So I actually want to do that.
On my way.
Good. One second, guys.
It is their will! Does he yet stand?
Pain is beneath me.
Yes! Tear them down! Your Imperium shall burn!
Okay. Some enemies gain mutations. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to teleport out of there, my medic, so that you can survive. We are not having any soldiers go down. Not this early in the campaign.
Yes, Commander.
It looks like I've used enough willpower that I need to use the servo skull.
At your
Heal
command.
him.
My blade is ever ready.
It might be worth considering to take 2 apothecaries. squad, but I also don't want to diminish my damage capability. So I will use this grenade though to take care of them. Alright. And take you out. So you'll explode. Thankfully not causing any damage to me in the process. Those two, I'm just going to set you, yeah, I'll set you on Overwatch so that they come out from their little hidey hole. They'll get shot. And then
Your command.
You, I'm going to bring you over here. Which now in hindsight, I probably should have just kept you over here in preparation for those guys. Good spot to position you. That's the only cover nearby. I can't get you to that wall. It's kind of strange that I can't get you there, but I can get you there.
As ordered.
Ready to serve.
Alright. Heal you up.
Gratitude.
Don't want my apothecary taking hits, but I also don't want him. Do we have any more grenades? I like this. Both out of action points, so I can't check. I should have looked beforehand. I know he just used a grenade, but wasn't sure if he had a second one. Okay. How am I gonna do this?
Commander.
I have 2 turns before they extract me. Could use those 2 turns to fight these guys and potentially lose 1 or even 2 of my knights. Or I could keep my knights behind full cover and just sit there and wait for the extraction. Unless they come closer. Yeah, probably that's what I'm gonna do.
At once.
I will put up this, however.
Moving now.
You, I'm going to move to full cover. So that shot at, because I want you to stay alive.
Loading grenade. You will bleed!
You cannot harm me.
Okay.
Your orders?
Very simple solution to this.
Firing now!
But he was one of the chosen!
Target acquired.
You have been judged. Affirmative. At once. I am the wrath of Xiphos! Yes, sir. The warp resists my will. Feel the bite of my sword.
That was not a king wrangle. Okay. Just because I can.
With alacrity. Affirmative. Death to the enemy. I said ammunition depleted.
That's not what I wanted to happen. Oh. And there's the time. Oh, okay.
Teleport coordinates locked. Initiating sequence.
Bye. Yes, Warhammer is very cool. Alright, so I got access to our armor. Oh, sweet, and I got the 20 searchers. Yes!
You can select as many rewards as you like. Unspent requisition can be used after future missions, or at the next Grandmaster's report.
Alright, so extend magazine would be pretty nice for the guy that has the main ranged weapon, the flamethrower. Unless I will put it on, unless I were to give him like a, whatchamacallit, a side cannon, which is basically the equivalent of a machine gun. This power armor would be pretty nice because it has the ability to get an upgrade for +2 max health, as well as servo skull. That's more armor. Or sorry, ammo. That would be really nice for my medic. Yeah, that would be. And then this side cannon. Wow, that's actually a pretty nice side cannon. I'm legitimately considering whether or not to take this and replace the flamethrower with this. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. So I don't blow all my requisition points. I'm going to get this armor, but not the extended mag. And we have two guys who are wounded, so they have -6 max health. Alright. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give I'm going to give him, make him go down the path that allows him to, I think it's give, this is Iolanthus, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, so adjust to car. I want him to be able to hit things at range. So if I get him to this skill, which is a psychic skill, called Rend the Unclean, it will allow him to basically use a psychic grenade on a area, and then I can upgrade that with these 3. Yeah, I'll work my way to that. First, I have to go through the Hammer Hand skill, which is just an enhancement to melee attacks. And then a further upgrade to the Hammer Hand skill for extra crit damage. We'll get to Rend the Unclean hopefully next time when he levels up again. Next, Purgator. No, Purgator. Sorry. I want him to be able to gain bonus on the side cannon. I just got that nice side cannon. Oh, I forgot about this one. The Emperor's Light, side blast ability. It's basically the same thing as what I just gave the Justicar, but it applies blind and purchase conditions. That would be pretty nice. I'll work on getting to that. I'm not going to take that right away. In the meantime, we'll do... Yeah, we'll work on getting... We'll work on getting to side cannon discipline. And so he's going to take, because he was wounded as opposed to light wounded, he's going to take 34 days to recover, which is going to be a pain, but if I have to, I'll replace him with a lower level knight, but I don't want to. I'll just be careful with him. These two I've really used as kind of like the front guys, and probably I should have been protecting them more and let the Justicar take the hits since he's in Terminator armor. Oh well. And then I wanted to focus on giving my apothecary either a better heal or a ranged psychic blast attack. I'm gonna spend the point to get the Terminator armor just because that would be helpful. Actually, no, wait, no, I said I was gonna put the other armor on. So, not Terminator. At least not yet. If I get a better armor set that's better than that power armor set, I'll swap it out. So, better heals. Heals are nice.
You serve the Emperor well, Commander. We should study this seed at once. Everything rests on what we might learn from it.
And so this is where the story kind of, at least from my experience of playing so far, kind of kicks in. So we'll start that research right away. Then we've got, it's going to finish the day before the Grandmaster comes in. That is so funny. Talk about cutting it close. But still, nice. Alright. It doesn't matter as long as we get it done. So. Alright. Well, I said that I was going to do... I said that I was going to be between 4 and 7, and it's 7:30, so I... For first stream, you know, I went a little bit long, but that's just my personal wanting to set up some boundaries on how long I stream, so I'm really happy that everyone who came out and came to watch me play, as well as just hang out and chat. And I hope you all have a good rest of the day, and I'm going to be signing off.